Folks, the Warriors may have found their final lineup to end games. What have we had in the past? Always some variation of Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant, Andrew Wiggins, Jordan Poole, etc., etc. But that core three, obviously Klay is gone, KD is gone. Now, how did we end the game against the Nuggets to go 2-0? They went plus 10 in 8 minutes of clutch time. You got Draymond, Steph, Jimmy Butler, Al Horford, new addition, and the man who just re-signed, Jonathan Kuminga. So folks, on this episode of Warriors Digest with Randy Silver, what are we going to do? We're going to break down this lineup. They'd never even practiced it before. Never practiced it. Never even talked about it. So how did we get to the lineup against the Nuggets? And I got a bunch of game film we're going to break down, going through what made this team so successful. Before we dive into it, please like and subscribe to Warriors Digest. Myself, Houston, doing a great job for you breaking down Warriors news daily. Again, I am a Nebraska Cornhusker sports reporter. I come and go on this channel. Started it. Houston has come in. Arthur did a great job. We're here for you, the fans, so please continue to subscribe to make Warriors Digest the best channel on YouTube for your Warriors news. With that being said, let's break this down. We got a lot to get into. So the question is, how did we get to this lineup?
It was during a timeout. Terry suggested it. Chris DeMarco also suggested it. They just thought the way Steph was going with Jimmy out there, we were going to score. You know, that was my biggest concern. Could we execute? They just reminded me we have Steph and Jimmy, and they'll find a way to score, and they did. And it was fantastic to watch the defense with that kind of size and length. Our guys did a great job finishing what was just a phenomenal basketball game.
I know you've spent, probably a month talking about various combinations. Is that one you even thought you might go to?
We never even talked about that combination.
That's wild to me that they've never talked about that combination. I don't know why. That just seems far-fetched.
Until tonight, but it just felt like the right thing to do. I mean, they were having their way with us throughout the game. They shot 54%. Gordon with 50. I mean, we just couldn't stop them, and so we felt like to win the game, we were going to have to, get our best defensive lineup on the floor, our most athletic lineup, and obviously Steph and Jimmy, handled the offensive side of the ball, but we had a lot of guys step up and make big plays. Al knocking down shots, JK with the steal, a layup, a big rebound down the stretch. So it was really fun to watch that group that's never played together close a game against one of the best teams in the league.
We talked about all offseason, all last year. Can Kuminga play defense? Can he sit here and be able to do what is needed for the team to be successful? This is the final possession of the game. Fourth quarter. Nuggets make it. Game over. They win. Game is tied. Look what happens right here. You have Draymond Green on Murray. Technically a mismatch, but what Draymond can do in his mid-30s, still defensively sliding and getting rotations, is impressive. You got Kuminga down below, Butler, Horford on Jokic, and then GP2 is in defensively for Steph Curry in this scenario. Coming off of timeout makes sense. So when you play it, you see right here, they're going to want to get the switch with Jokic. Look at the time. They get the switch. He goes off hip on what he's doing. And now you got the double team. A not competent defender, a.k.a. Draymond Green, doesn't get the Jokic in time. He can get an easy runner, floater in the lane. Or Jimmy's got to switch up. He can get the bucket, take it down to Braun, number 0 there. Draymond recognizes that. The double team and Horford's length makes him do a bounce pass versus over the top. That makes him stop, have to catch the ball with his back to the basket. Draymond gets in there and is able to have the time to get in front of Jokic. They wanted a foul on that. No foul. But look what happens. Who comes over to make sure no rebound? Jonathan Kuminga. Winning plays was something Kerr talked about. He needed more. Kuminga's here in the corner, number 1. And what does he do? Instantly on the shot going up, crashes the boards. Jokic could have potentially got the tip there. Kuminga's able to, with his athleticism, make sure that doesn't happen. That is an incredibly smart play by the jumbo team. Yes, again, GP2 is in there for Curry in that situation. But if you look at it right here again, this was another big play. Warriors up 3 in OT. Aaron Gordon, 50 spot. Unbelievable game he put. Driving, kicks it out to Murray, who's wide open. Steph trailing the play, gets in front. Doesn't allow Murray to get the 3. Technically, people say Steph's not a good defender. It could be mismatch. Jokic has Horford on him. Kuminga down below on Braun. You got Draymond and Jimmy top of the other baseline. They get the good screen on Curry. A little bit of a hold there. But watch what Curry and Kuminga do here. This is smart basketball. I don't know if they were told this. I don't know if this was drilled, but it's smart. They put the more athletic player on Jokic. He gets the bounce pass, and Steph is dropping to Braun. But also, if Steph is trailing Jokic here, he could turn, but there's a mismatch. Kuminga's a couple inches taller, just more athletically in that sense. So you get Kuminga on him, who can face him up, stays tall, no fouling, doesn't come down on him. Draymond, a little bit of help, forces basically we'll call it a baby hook, whatever. Air ball-esque. Warriors get the rebound. Jimmy gets that. But this play right here all happened because Steph and Kuminga make that switch. That is winning plays in crunch time that you need to do to be successful. And shout out to Will Richard. Steph Curry said after the game, champions just make champion plays. Rookie, second game in the NBA, champion at Florida with the Gators and state champion last year. Here he is bringing the ball up. Not an offensive advantage here. You got 3 guys back. Draymond running. Kuminga's there. And number 3 goes for 3, makes 3. If he can get 6 to 10 points a game coming off the bench, that's kind of like a Tayshaun Prince. You remember back in the day? Sorry, Tayshaun Prince. Oh, my God. Excuse me. I've been thinking about Detroit there. I'm talking about Sean Livingston. Somebody like that. Difference maker off the bench, getting you a couple points. Big. But as a rookie, 4 minutes left in the game. 3, you're down 100, 109. Cut it to 6. That's big time. That's ice in your veins. Horford, again, a stretch 5 who can really help. Not sitting in the paint. Make them have to guard you out, which makes it easier for all the teams. TJD doesn't give you that. Looney doesn't give you that. That's been something we've been missing. That's why his addition has been really big. Look right here. Draymond gives it to Butler. Butler's in the paint. He's double teamed. Jokic comes off Horford. A 3-point shooter in the corner that open. Great bounce pass right at his chest so he can just catch and shoot. Yeah, he's got to close out, but that's an NBA open 3. He swishes it basically, makes it. With TJD, with Looney, that doesn't happen. And Denver's like, oh my God, we know what's happening. One more. Warriors up 3 now in overtime. Butler with the ball. Passes to Draymond. Horford in the corner again. Good job by Gordon closing out. Makes Horford do the pump fake. Drives. Now you got 2 on him. You got Curry on the top of the baseline, end line, sideline, whatever you want to call it, near Nuggets bench, coming up, giving a space, but Jimmy's right there. 3, catches it, 1 motion, drills the 3. Where was Jimmy's defender? Well, it looks like the Nuggets are actually in the zone, or they're really messed up. So you beat the zone right there. Murray doesn't even know where he's at, makes it. That's your dagger. Warriors up 6 with 40 seconds to go. So, folks, this is really clutch. Key for this team is when you have the floor spacing that these players provide. But at the same time, as we talked about, when you look at defensively what they can do with their switching, hands up, size, this will be a difference maker for this team. And that's why Kerr revealed the truth, like, hey, maybe I'm a bad coach. No, he's a great coach, obviously NBA champion player and coach. But to be able to have that team is successful. You have players who come off the bench who can score. You got Buddy Hield coming off the bench who scored. Let's just go to the box score. You got Horford with 13. Post not really needing to play. TJD not really needing to play. Santos was a big energy bolt for us. He will get his time if there's injuries. GP2 looking like a glove out there. But if you can get 13, 11, that's 24, 30, 36 points from your bench, that is going to help you win games. Now, the question is, do you potentially start with Horford and then you move Curry to the 1 and Brandon goes to the bench? What about Moody coming back? You can't forget about him and what he provides this team. Team's cooking. But, folks, remember, we went 12-3 to start last season, and then the wheels fell off until we got Jimmy Butler. Now we have Butler for full season, full off season. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, we'll get to this hot start again. But let's not let the cool happen, or no injuries. Hopefully. So comment your thoughts. Subscribe Warriors Digest. Of course, we have all the game recaps, updates, and keep you on all the biggest storylines you need to know. See you in the next one.